Yo, 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 this is Zach Reacts. And today I'm gonna talk about adaptation. First of all, YouTubers, go easy on me. This is my first time. I've never done this before. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zach Tucker. You might know my brother, Michael Tucker, from LFTS. You know, he does these videos about movies and like what makes them good and like what are the rules of screenwriting and stuff like that. So I decided I'm gonna do my own thing. So most movies, right, elevator pitch, right? It's like, it's about a guy that steals a thing, or it's about some people on a boat. But you see, adaptation is different. Is that stupid? What the hell is this movie even about? So it's about a guy trying to write a script, right? That's pretty conventional, right? That's pretty like normal. That's like an everyday thing, right? That's no, like I said, no dinosaurs or aliens, you know, nothing like that. But the fact that it's not just a movie about a guy writing a story, it's a movie about a guy writing the story for the movie that you're watching. That's crazy. And that is how adaptation unconventionally conveys the conventional. There is a quote from the movie where the main character, Charlie Kaufman, aka the writer, played by Nicolas Cage, we'll get back to him in a minute because his performance, he's in a restaurant and he's talking to Tilda Swinton. And we get the impression that Tilda Swinton is a representative of maybe a producer. He's like, I want to break all the conventions of screenwriting. You know, like, why I want a story where like nobody learns any lessons and like, you know, nothing happens. Whew, I almost dropped it. That would have been bad. Ooh. Tiny lemons. Let's get back to adaptation. What makes adaptation so good? The acting, for one. Can we talk about Nicolas Cage? Look at this guy. Just look at him. You see him? He's great. In this movie, he really gets to stretch his, look at this pretty flower. That's the kind of stuff you're gonna get on Zach Reacts. Tiny lemons and pretty flowers. Oh, I love living in Southern California. I really hope Charlie Kaufman doesn't have a twin brother, because the idea of writing a story about yourself and inventing a twin brother, but maybe he is real. I don't know. Maybe Charlie Kaufman really did have a brother. It's time. This might be a segment. It's time on Zach Reacts for a flower break. Let's take a minute away from our intellectual analysis of fine film and to literally stop and smell the flowers. That's the kind of conventions we're gonna break here. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Oh God, what's her name? Oh, this is so dumb. She's like the best. She's like Queen. She's won all those Oscars. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. This is embarrassing. Do you ever do that thing where you like forget something, you go to look it up, and the moment you go to look it up, before you even can look it up, you remember? It's Meryl Streep. I know. I should be embarrassed. But you know what? I'm not. I want you guys to know that I'm not an expert, right? I don't know everything about movies. In fact, one would argue I know very little about movies, but I'm willing to bet same as you. There's so many videos out there about people who say, I'm so smart. I know everything about movies. Let me explain it to you. The reason the protagonist and the antagonist are the main crux of the thematic elements of the blah, 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 blah. Who wants to watch that, right? We all love movies because they're good and they're fun. I don't know everybody's name. I don't know everything about movies. So he's like trying to write this movie, and the whole time he's got this twin brother, right? Who like is living in his house and is like kind of an idiot. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be a screenwriter too. And he starts to like write these movies that are like terrible. And he doesn't get why they're terrible. And the main character, Charlie Kaufman, is like super frustrated because he's like, oh, I can't think of what to write about. And the whole time his brother is like blowing up. Really? He's fighting with himself. So in that way, like the brother just represents like, he just represents, in movies, characters are never just characters, especially in this movie. You gotta take a closer look because all the characters really represent some kind of force or internal struggle of the protagonist. So let's take Meryl Streep's character, for example, right? At first glance, you might think, oh, she's just a character. She wrote the book. No. Because she's writing about flowers, Meryl Streep's character represents nature. Like she's a force of nature, like a monsoon or a tsunami or a hurricane or a volcano. And in this context, like she represents this sort of impending doom, this like unchangeable thing that's gonna happen like nature, right? Like a hurricane. And what's coming is Meryl Streep and her character. And that's the brilliant part about it, right? That's the part that makes it so good, is that it doesn't do what you expect. Like me on Zach Reacts. Fade to black. Yeah, that's good stuff.